So I am here to tell you about my story called The Illuminated Heart, and well, of course I'm going to say it's going to be awesome because I'm the one writing it. Although half the time I think it's going to be terrible, and then it's just like, why am I doing this? But it really is going quite well. It's based on a fairy tale called East of the Sun, West of the Moon. It's a Norwegian fairy tale. It's actually my favorite, but apparently not very many people know about it. It's about a girl who, well, she really messes up. Let me just say, she like messes up totally and completely. But the thing that I love about it is that instead of just leaving it messed up, instead of just like going home and pretending nothing ever happened, she goes off to try and fix this mistake, and she ends up being the hero instead of the prince in the story, which I absolutely love. What I'm doing with this story is, well, so it's already Norwegian, it's already part of kind of the Nordic world, but I'm placing it in Iceland instead of Norway, which gives me a little more to play with, I think, because mostly when I Google things, I find out more information about Iceland than I do about Norway. So yeah, yay for laziness. The reason I started doing this story is because a friend of mine was like, oh hey, a writer friend of mine was like, hey, I'm going to be doing fairy tales and zombies, and you know, I've got this other friend of mine who wants to do it too, and you know, hey, you want to join us? And I was like, I've never written anything with zombies in it, so I'm like, sure, let's try it. And I thought of this story, and as I went on, I was thinking, you know, trying to put zombies in it, and I'm like, I can't really put like a zombie apocalypse in this fairy tale. I just love it too much to like totally change it that way. And at the same time, most of the zombies that we see on TV or we read in books nowadays are kind of like science fiction zombies, like there's some kind of parasite or a virus or something like that, and that's just not really like a fantasy fairy tale kind of thing. So I went and Googled Viking zombies, believe it or not, and I found this thing, and I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's called a Draugr, and I think they put some variant of it in Skyrim. But basically the Draugr are like, they're the undead, like they die, they come back. But they're a lot scarier. They don't come in like a whole bunch of groups and try to overwhelm people. It's just like one or two at a time, and they can do magic, and they're like really, really strong, and they're really smart. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can write a smart villain, which I really wanted to do. So I'm like, okay, these are totally going in the story. And I was like, I left it at that for the longest time. I'm like, what am I gonna do next? Like, I still can't think of how I'm gonna start this. What am I gonna do? And I found out about this the story structure called, and I'm gonna probably butcher this name too, but it's Kisho Tenketsu, which is a Japanese name. It was originally made up in China. And the idea of this story is that it kind of starts off, there's an introduction, there's a development, and then there's a twist. Something that seems completely unconnected to the rest of it, and then at the end it brings everything together. And I just found the structure so fascinating because it's so different from the normal thing that we learn in school, like, you know, introduction, initial incident, rising action, climax, blah blah blah. You know, we've been over that. And I just like, I tried to put it together with this fairy tale, and it just worked so well, and I immediately started writing, and I don't know, like the pieces just all fell together so well that I just kind of realized, you know, I want to do better than just like, you know, putting this together, making my own cover. Like, not that I'm bad at it, but it's just like, I want this to look more professional. I want this story to be really good for the people who are going to read it. I just want it to be so awesome. And so I was like, you know what, hey, Indiegogo, and ask you guys, like, help me out, make this awesome, because seriously, this is going to be such a cool story, and I cannot wait to show it to you guys. Thanks.